Alright, Ukrainian mountain weavers refuse to surrender their traditions in war or peace. Let's
It takes
go.
hours and at least 3 people to set up this loom properly.
Damn.
These
That
long
seems
strings of
impractical.
wool form the base of a blanket that's called lishnik. It's made from sheep's
Joe. Lishnik, is there a meaning behind it? Lishnik, can you translate that? Yeah.
Redundant.
What?
Redundant.
Redundant. The Ukrainians call their blankets redundant.
No.
Okay. Southern hospitality, bro. I swear to God, like, don't even get me started on that, bro. The host I was with when I was in the US, Florida, right? She is Southern. Dude, I swear to God, like, she's such a good woman, bro. Like, she would just, like, be like, yo, if you ever need a pickup, just tell me, like, and one day I needed, because, like, I couldn't get an Uber. I was stuck. And it was, like, 4 hours on foot, okay? And I just couldn't go back. And I was, like, trying Uber. All of them would refuse because the traffic was so bad. Then I downloaded Lyft with mobile data and I was like, please, dude, Lyft even worse. They wouldn't even accept in the first day. Like, Uber would accept and instantly decline, but like Lyft, they wouldn't even accept. And then I just called her. I was like, I'm fucking stuck. Can you please help me? And she was like, don't worry about it. And 20 minutes later, she was there. And then we went to KFC. Like,
wool by the Hutsul people, an ethnic minority in Ukraine that's been weaving for more than a century.
yeah.
As the Russian invasion of Ukraine goes on, Natalia Kishuk feels that weaving today is more important than ever.
Про це, що і не привикли українці так якби просто покоритися і здатися у будь-якій
That looks like you're combing a cat and like all the cat hair gets stuck in there. What a champion, I know, right?
ситуації.
We went to Yavoriv in western Ukraine 2 days before the Russian invasion to see how these woolen blankets are woven.
Wait, 2 days before, 2 days after?
Western Ukraine 2 days before the Russian invasion to see how
Damn.
these woolen blankets are woven and how this traditional craft is still standing. These are still
This looks like the old Windows logo, bro.
standing. These are Carpathian sheep, a local breed that's been raised by the Hutsul people for more than
The timing? What you mean the timing? What did I do? What happened?
700 years.
А, то вони знають, що їм несуть доброго щось.
Shearing time comes once a year when the weather gets warmer.
Oh,
It takes
that
wool
they
from
arrived 2 days before. Yeah, I
3 sheep to make 1 blanket. Natalia washes the raw wool in boiling water before rinsing it in cold water. She then
Okay.
hangs it outside to get cleaned again by the rain. All this is to remove the strong smell and make the yarn whiter.
Тепле літо, коли тепла погода, сушиться, сонце знов таки відбілює, знову.
don't know. Wool is so weird. You know what I mean? Like, when I buy something with wool, I don't think about it. I just like touch it. And I'm like, oh, it's so soft. Like, But when I go out to a sheep, I'm like, there's no way I would wear that. You know what I mean?
Роса, дощ її мочить, сушить, воно так сушиться не за день, за два. Це тиждень, другий.
Natalia and her husband Yaroslav were both born into weaving families. Today, they run the business with their children.
Наталі є художній хист, ми більш такі практичні, ми якби стараємось поєднати.
What the fuck? This looks so cool. I really like how this looks. Like, imagine if this would be like a smaller version, I would like hang that in my house as like a painting, I swear to God. Because it gets processed, yeah, I get, but like, you know.
Yaroslav uses this wooden comb with metal teeth.
You know, like when I have a raw piece of meat laying in front of me, I'm still like, yeah, I would eat that, bro. Or like when I see like in a butcher house, like the pig hanging like skinned from the ceiling, I'm like, yeah, I'd eat that, bro. But it's like different with wool because I don't know, wool looks so dirty, you know what I mean?
To untangle the wool. Natalia dyes some of the wool before transforming it into yarn using a wooden
That
spindle.
looks like cotton candy.
This process takes time, so Natalia plans her next patterns and designs while she spins.
Під цю роботу дуже файно щось собі думати та й складати пісні. навіть. У нас такі переважно гуцульські традиційні пісні, такі, що як коломийки, то народжуються під час роботи. Тобто
It's crazy. You can actually see where the machine gets used a lot and where like it doesn't. Like this looks like very old wood, but this looks almost brand new because like she keeps touching here, but she barely touches anywhere here.
These songs have been passed down from one generation to the next. Natalia's 15-year-old daughter, Yulia, still sings them today. She started to weave at the age of 3.
Візникарство в цій справі в моїй родині. І я повинна продовжувати.
She says singing while weaving brings her peace of mind.
I sort of got this carpet thing in the bag. It looks so good. Like it even has texture, you know what I mean, dude? Or like at least it looks like it has texture. I don't know.
Natalia inherited this old loom from her grandfather, who built it more than 7 decades ago.
Damn.
Together with her husband and daughter, they add the thread. It's used as a base for the blanket, and it shouldn't be too thin or too thick. Otherwise, it can break during weaving.
Okay.
It's an important step that takes expertise and patience.
Дуже рівно,
So it
правда?
wouldn't be something from. I don't have patience
Natalia
at all,
then
bro.
adds the yarn in between the threads. A simple pattern takes 7 to 8 hours to weave. The more complicated ones take 2 to 3 days. In the past, the Hutsul wove
How much do they earn with like a singular blanket or like carpet or whatever if they are fine with like 2 days a piece? That essentially means they get like 3 pieces a week maximum. That's like 12 a month. So they have to be able to live off of that, even if they don't sell anything in like a few weeks.
basic black, gray, and white blankets for their own use. But in the 1920s, artist Paraska Karol Shkribliak introduced more colors to the designs and passed the craft to others in the village and to Natalia's grandmother.
Бабуся сідала прясти нитку до кужеля, і я з бабусею разом теж, бо цікаво було. Не було нічим іншим бавитися у цьому той момент, бо це була забавка, це була і розвага, скоріш за все, ніж навчання.
Natalia's mother was a mathematician and her father was a physicist. Her mother
Okay, but like, except for the ceiling, I really don't like the ceiling. The room itself looks so cool. Like, you know, it's so spacious. And I like the
made
floor.
blankets as a hobby, but weaving wasn't profitable, so she wanted a different life for her daughter. But Natalia's passion for weaving always pulled her back to it, and she found a way to make money by selling it online.
There we go.
Today, these blankets are the main source of income for the family. Hutsul patterns feature diamonds, lines, and curves,
Okay, but like, how much money
and
do they
every
make?
shape means something.
Це як сонце, це як такий, як багатість, родючість, добро має бути це.
The Hutsul people have held on to their dialect and belief
Oh my god, that's such a small X, dude. it's like such a stem, bro, and then like such an X. Like, what?
for hundreds of years. They're an ethnic group, believed to have settled in the Ivano-Frankivsk region in western Ukraine in the 13th and 14th centuries.
Yeah.
The region has defended itself against the Mongol and Tatar invasions in the 13th century, and then from Poland, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Imperial Russia in the 18th century. And
That is
now, as
crazy.
Ukraine lives through an invasion from Putin's Russia, they're resolved to defend their home as strongly as ever.
Якби ми ні у кого нічого не відбираємо. То теж не хочуть українці, щоб у них їх наганяли і забирали землю.
So far, this part of western Ukraine has not seen fighting, and staying in their village is necessary for patriotic and practical reasons. They need the machines, the natural resources, and the community to keep their business going. There are 20 families that still work in weaving in this Hutsul village of 2,000 people.
І самі
Okay, look, okay? Here's the thing. This village looks insane, and everyone's like, "Oh, I want to live there, dude. I want to live there." And yes, it looks very cool. But now think about the following, dude. The shitty ass internet connection you have there. Bro, you couldn't even send a WhatsApp without waiting 4 hours. I couldn't. Dude, I fucking couldn't. Like, who says they even have any connection at all? Now, bro, like, as much as living in like an area like that sounds like very cool, dude, I couldn't.
І такі узори. Ми тут привикли, що ми так, наприклад.
If I would, bro, then I would like just drop fucking everything. Like, I would just become fucking farmer and that's it, dude. I would like not even sell shit. I would just like eat what I farm and like live off my own stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I would become a fucking hermit crab, dude.
Наприклад, щось робимо щось, вовні стало, то я, наприклад, до тітки своєї, чи звернуся, запитаю, чи там той кольор нема, чи щось ми можемо один.
Okay, this is ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous. This is like in some fucking forest somewhere in the Ukraine, okay? And they have better streets than we have in our main city in Germany.
Своєї, чи звернуся, запитаю, чи там той кольор нема, чи щось ми можемо один другого обмінятися, позичити, порадити один другому, і таке теж буває.
Natalia carries her blankets over this narrow bridge to a nearby volulo, a river-powered wooden device that spins with the flow of the water.
Huh.
It acts as a natural washing machine. A flood in
pretty
2008
cool.
destroyed 3 out of the 5 machines that were used.
Oh.
Today, there are only 2 left in their village. Cleaning the woven blankets is physically demanding, but it's essential to get rid of any lingering sheep smell. Depending on the water temperature and the type of wool, the blanket is left in the water for 6 to 10 hours. Time is sensitive. If the blanket stays for too long, it can shrink and lose its shape and look.
Треба йти і дивитися, що там робиться, чи якщо багато води, навіть може і поплисти в річці.
Washing the wool shrinks it down by 30 to 40 centimeters,
Okay.
something they take into account when planning the shape of the blanket. It also makes it thicker and tighter, so it can last for years.
Якби ми не робили, що би ми не витикали, який
Damn, that looked heavy,
ми
dude.
не робили узор, файний
Like, she almost broke her back lifting that.
узор має збитися, так збитися, як збивається, має збитися, і тоді воно вже буде якісне, буде таке, як на роки.
When the washing is done, the blankets are put in this spinning machine to get rid of the water.
It's standing on a fucking
They then hang them
tire.
outside to dry for a few days.
Файно його, і вітер, природа нам допомагає. І
Yaroslav combs the blanket to make them feel softer, a practice that was not very common in the past and only started in the early 70s.
Ну, якби порівняти тепер, змінилось ці вже останні роки. З одної
Yeah, that's the
сторони
side that lies on
начисуємо,
you,
з другої
right?
сторони начисуємо. Це є 2 в одному. Хто хоче на підлогу, той не начисує.
The blankets were traditionally given as a wedding present and were even used as currency to barter for materials and animals.
Okay.
Today, they're in demand as works of art, and the craft continues to evolve.
Ну, видите, відколи оця система, кажуть, всесвітня мережа інтернет, клієнти є з усього світу.
Okay, but like imagine, okay? I'm just like this is just an assumption. They probably do not have this big internet knowledge, right? They like sure they have a shop and they sell their stuff. But how do they not get scammed? You know what I mean? Like I can just imagine it. If I was like an internet scammer, I wouldn't scam like the big corporation that has like 200,000 lawyers, dude. I would scam something like this because like what the fuck are they gonna do? Damn.
Я не знаю, навіть і сказати, де ще клієнти не були.
Their blankets sell for anywhere from $150 to $450. Special orders can cost more,
Wait, how much?
from $150 to $450.
So let's go $100, okay? That's oh my, oh, what the fuck? So it's 2 days, that means 3 blankets a week, right? 12 blankets a month. 12 times, that's 1,200. So that's what they have in a month. The minimum if they sell if they actually sell all those blankets, okay? That's the minimum. So we go USD to this. So that's 1,200. That is a lot. 43,811 Ukrainian currency. Joe, can you just help us out with like figuring something out with like currency? So we figured out that these Ukrainians make about 43,811 Ukrainian currency a month. I don't know how to say it. That is probably a lot, right? Even with inflation. Or is that just like barely enough to make it?
With inflation, that's probably just barely enough to make it.
That is crazy.
My mom and dad make about the same. And they have been working there for like 30 years. That's like the best you can get for their jobs.
Wow.
Dude, we're poor. What do you expect?
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Special orders can cost more. It all depends on the colors used and the level of detail. Few among the younger generation are drawn to this labor-intensive craft, leaving the Hutzul community with only a handful of craftspeople. But Natalia and Yaroslav are passing it on to their children.
От, і це як-ніяк, якщо в дитинстві навчитися робити певне ремесло, навчитися ткати, то воно не забудеться, аби через...
I would take that as a challenge, honestly. Like, I would forget it.
Робив, чи ти би робив, чи ти би не робив в якийсь час. Це так, як передається у крові, ці навички ці були.
Заболито серце, гея, гоя, та й межи плечима, а в того